Hi everybody, Courtney here. I wanted to come in and talk about August on the No Spin Challenge and how it went, and it went terrible. So let's chat about that. So I'm Courtney. If you like this kind of frugal information, financial independence, all things intentional living and money, please subscribe and like. It really helps the channel. So I had said many months ago that I would have a no spend August, and I have done no spend years before. I have done no spend months, wildly successful. When I did a no spend year a few years ago, it was one of the happiest years of my life. It really reduced decision fatigue, and for me, I tend to be a person that carries a large mental load of all the things that have to happen and be done, and so not having that was very freeing for me. At the time, the rules were I would just pay the bills that had to be paid, and I would buy no clothes, no jewelry of any kind or accessories. I don't really buy jewelry, but like a pair of earrings or something. No books. Only what I would normally buy that I would need. Like I did buy my makeup and got my hair cut. I did quit coloring my hair at that time, I believe. I can't remember exactly. But I also didn't have any kind of, I don't think I went for any kind of nail appointments or anything like that. And it was wildly successful. One day I accidentally slipped up and purchased a magazine, and I realized what I had done and when I got out to the car. So there were a lot of realizations during that year. I also lost about 8 pounds that year, not even trying. And I think that was just me being more mindful of not buying things out or things that I didn't need. I didn't eat out. I did eat out, but I had a budget for eating out when I did the no spend challenge. So at any rate, this month was kind of a disaster. I went into it trying to do it, but found it to be far too hard with our lives right now, with all the work our business has been getting. And so I have been doing things like using my travel points. Also, I did not realize how much travel we had going on. So we have a small vacation that was already planned. We had, I'm going to see my son and his family in October, and I had a medical trip planned. I mean, I did know, I just didn't think about how expensive that would be. I also ended up buying a car because from previous videos, I won't go into it too much, but we had a hailstorm. I sold my 10-year-old car to my mother because she didn't have enough money to buy anything else, and I had been thinking about getting an SUV in the next few years, and I had been saving for it, so I had the money. So I purchased a 2018 CRV for cash, and so all of those things kind of cost a lot. There was sales tax, there was the $13,000 I spent on the car. It was 25, but I put 13 cash down. I had 12 from my mom. I had the sales tax. We changed insurance companies in the middle of all of this. I did get a credit, but I had to pay it. So I have been getting a lot of credit card points, which I have been using to pay for part of that travel. So that saved me quite a bit. Going to the Cherokee Nation saved me $500 off my glasses, and all my dental was free. I get really good health care there, and you have to pay if you're going to get progressive no line lenses and if you're going to get no glare. So I had to pay $116 for that. So there's a lot of things I've been doing, like I found a discount code for the car for National Car Rental that saved us $200 off our car rental. I ended up booking a red-eye flight because it was the only nonstop flight, but that flight was two-thirds cheaper than if I did the layover twice. So that was something I did to save money. But there are a lot of things I've noticed just with our craziness, and I think that when we retire in 2 years, I'm hoping it's 2 years and 4 months, I believe, there's so many things that when I was a lower income single mom, or even in our early years where we weren't working this crazy, there's so many things I did myself, from cleaning my house more to just cleaning my car at home, or going through the dollar car wash where you put the quarters in. My husband was mowing the yard. We weren't eating out as much since the pandemic. We did before eat out a couple times a week, and now with our work, we have started eating out a little bit more, which has put a few pounds on me. I hate that. I still stay plant-based vegan, but it's really hard because they use a lot of oil and fat when you eat out, and that can really put weight on you. Even if you're eating, tonight I had 2 chalupas, which are tostadas that are fried with refried beans that are with vegetable oil, lettuce, tomato, and guacamole. And, you know, there's a lot of fat in that. And then I had like maybe 5 chips and salsa. So, you know, just eating out doesn't make me feel good. It isn't good for my health. So there's just so many things. Also, I would like to talk about that we are prepping for retirement. So I read about this in my Tightwad Gazette group. If any of y'all have never read the Tightwad Gazette, oh my gosh, I love it so much. But it's to prepare for retirement. So like pretty soon we're gonna have to paint our house and our little guest cabin and our barn and our storage building. Our roof's fine. We've got some woodwork that needs to be done out here. So those are things that we're trying to do while we have income coming in, so that we don't have to do those for a long time in the future. Buying the SUV was on our radar anyway. My husband's truck is a 2007, but it was very low mileage and it's a very fancy truck. It's not the Denali, but it's kind of that up there like that he uses for work. And then we have another older little CRV that he uses to tootle around in for work and when he doesn't need the truck. So we're kind of good on cars. We have everything else we need. We are going to need to get a bigger tractor because the little one that we have is beating him to death and it takes him twice as long to do anything. There are just some really big expenses in our life, but we have a larger income coming in because our business has grown so much. And there's no guarantee though in roofing that next year won't be a dry year. And when it's dry and you don't have a lot of storms, your business drops down to about 1/3. So our lowest year since we've been together has been doing about, I think we did 60 roofs that year. And we've been together for 12 years. My husband's been roofing the whole time, but he didn't like organize his business until 2014. It was like a side hustle. So for the past, 6, 7, 8, 9 years, we were averaging 60 to 80. On a good year was 80. Last year we did like 100, 120. And this year I'm thinking we're going to do like 200 to 220. That's a lot. And that's like what bigger roofing companies do. And we decided years ago to stay small. And so, but it is allowing us to, we thought we might have to work until he was 59, until he was 70 and I was 59 and a half. And because this blessing has come upon us with all this work, even though sometimes it feels like a curse, but thank you, Lord, for letting it happen the way it did. It's going to allow us to retire a lot sooner because we continue to live on between $50,000 and $60,000 a year, not counting the savings that we had for the larger purchases like the car and stuff. So if we continue to do that, save the rest, we're going to be fine. But I don't know if any no spend months are in my future. I'm just appreciate the consciousness that it brings to the table. I did notice that a lot. When we would go out, I would try to make a more frugal decision or would not buy anything that wasn't necessary. So like our date nights recently have been running errands and getting a smoothie, a tropical smoothie. We haven't really, because we've been going out to eat when we're tired or when he's not going to get home till 9 o'clock at night. So I'll meet him in town or in between jobs and we'll eat in town. Otherwise, he's not going to get dinner until 8 or 9 at night. So that's kind of how our no spin went. It didn't go at all, but it did bring a lot of consciousness. There was a lot of times where I wanted to pick up a piece of clothing or a pair of shoes or something like that, and I didn't, and that was nice. But I am looking forward. Normally around January and February, our lives slow down because it's cold. We don't travel so much. I'm not even going to put it out there because who knows. My son is wanting us to fly out and babysit while they go skiing. So I don't know what's going to happen with that. But at any rate, I'm still trying my frugal ways as much as possible, making conscious choices. Like when we travel, only eating out 1 meal a day, doing free things. And today I went to the library. Y'all, I love the library so much. I love piddling around my house. I love taking walks. We took a walk yesterday. Our date yesterday on Labor Day was We took a walk and we got a smoothie. And it was great. We took a walk out in nature by the lake. It was wonderful. And I just am looking forward to when we can have more time to do more of those things. So thank you for listening. If you like this, please subscribe and hit that like button. Thank you. Bye-bye.